just just something on side right now. There's a Congress is actually uh, you know a lot of big tech companies, CEOs for big companies, Facebook, Google, Apple, and Amazon CEOs are actually getting scrutinized by Congress right now. Congress, as in Congress of US, and talking about how the company, how they making so much, how they made so much money during when every business in the world actually lost money. Did they kill the competition, or did they do anything underhanded? So that's affecting stocks quite a lot. We are seeing some Amazon stocks falling, Apple stocks falling on that news. So on the other hand, let's quickly look at today's news. So in about 40 minutes, we'll have a quite a big news, probably biggest of the month. FOMC statement, interest rate decision, and then followed by a press conference. So quite a big day in terms of dollar. This is a make or break deal right now. In about 40 minutes, we will see what dollar is heading for next 2 to 3 months. So what we're expecting is from outlook. So let's see what we're expecting. So for example, gold right now, as we can all clearly see, is lingering between 1963 and 1948, between this box I have drawn here. Let me just drag this box a bit more forward. So this is the box has been lingering on. So let's say that outlook is bad, and FOMC people in FOMC, or the leader of Fed leader Jerome Powell, says that there's a bad news from economy. The coronavirus is more bad than expected, and is going to take more time for countries to recover. There's going to be more GDP fall, and there might be a cut in interest rate decision. So what will happen is we're going to see a massive spike in gold. Probably gold will go higher than it's ever been, break above this 1981 level, which it was on 28th of July. 2 p.m. in the morning. So this could break, and gold could go highs of 1998, or even touch the highs of 2000 mark. So could happen if there's a bad news from FOMC, or what could happen again is if there's a good news from FOMC and Jerome Powell says the country is getting better, we are seeing some signs of recovery, we could see gold drop quite low. Actually, it could break above 1940 and go back into zones of 1900, even lows of 1890s, and so on. So we could a big day for gold, a massive day for gold today. We could see gold breaking above 1800 level, or going back to levels of 1890. So keep an eye out for that 7 o'clock news. So that's our outlook for for the news. If the news comes good, we're going to be most likely shorting gold quite heavily, for our clients, and sending sell signals. If the news comes bad, we are going to most likely buy gold and long gold for next quite a few months. So that's our outlook for gold. Let's quickly look at DXY. Again, DXY currently we can see is plummeting, is the lowest it's been for last 3 years, as I said in the morning. So currently this level hasn't broke this level. Last time this level was 845 in the morning. Since then it's been rising quite strongly. It reached all the way up to the highs of 93.75 before it started dropping again. So we expect this DXY to probably hold for now. It's probably not going to move for another 40 minutes or so. We are going to see some pause in the market right now. This is probably last of sellers just trying to push the price down as much as they can before the news comes out, because they really don't know what's going to happen with the market. So as soon as we're going to expect this probably a last stop for sellers to really start selling, and buyers probably gonna be paused right now. We might see some kind of small dojis forming about end of this candle in about 8 minutes. So we're gonna see some dojis forming for next 2-3 candles before we can finally see DXY plummeting all the way back to this is going to be about 6 to 7 years low. If DXY comes into this region, 92.97, it'll be about 6 years low. If there's a bad news, as I said, and when DXY drop, we will see gold actually rising quite strongly upwards. But if you see a good statement from FMC, we might see DXY rising all the way to highs of 93.95, pulling back into bull market, because currently is in the bear territory right now. This is a bear territory, 93.36. If the news is good, we might DXY could pull all the way up to bull territory, which is 93.92. And if that happens, we are going to see gold drop quite heavily, and USD pairs drop quite heavily, which is the pairs which are traded against US dollars, such as Euro USD, GPUSD, ADUSD, SZUSD. We might see a rise in USD JPY, USD CAD, USD CHF, so on. So quite a big day for dollar. Interest rate decision is quite big in terms of any country. If you ever see interest rate decision in any country, just remember that's going to be a most volatile day for that pair. For example, let's say there's an interest rate decision for GBP and they decide to cut it. That means GBP currency loses value. That means GBP falls, and currency against trading against it will rise. So if there's a GPSD and there's a interest rate cut in let's say in GBP, we are going to see dollar pushing all the way upwards, and we're going to see GBP plummet quite strongly. So that's what we're expecting today. We are personally, we do think it's going to be a positive statement from FOMC leaders, because the dollar is already quite low. They do not want to plummet dollar any more than this. If they do, the dollar is going to lose its safe haven medal. Is a safe haven currency, the currency of the world. So if it plummets more, it's actually going to lose its value, and people are going to start pulling money strongly from dollar and start investing elsewhere, which is the closest will be euro. When dollar falls, you have seen euro rise quite a lot. Let's quickly look at euro chart. It'll be easier to understand. So since then, we can clearly see how inversely proportional it is. Let me just pull that out quickly. It'll be easier for me. So this is a DXY. The blue line is a DXY. We can clearly see when DXY drops, euro rises. When DXY drops, euro rises. We can clearly see from this compared chart that I have on my screen right now. So whenever DXY is rising, you can see euro is dropping. So over here, DXY rose, this blue line rose, and we saw that euro USD dropped. So on that news, if there's a good news again, if Fed decided not to cut interest rate and hold interest rates, we might see euro coming back all the way back to 1.17 levels, which is about about 60-70 pip drop. We might see euro dropping even more, but 100 pips drop could be possible. But if the news is bad, we could see euro rising all the way back to 1.18 mark, which euro has been trying to do for quite some time. For quite some time we have tried to see that euro is trying to break that 1.8 mark, but hasn't been able to. Last time it was that high. Let me just go to a longer time frame. It'll be easier for me to understand. Okay, we have to go daily. It's actually quite a long time ago before euro was 1.18. So last time euro was 1.8 was in around 3 years ago. So yes, it has to break basically yearly resistance, which is right now this level here, which it needs to reach this level here. So quite a strong day in terms of dollar. Let's see what dollar does. All that news gonna create a lot of volatility in the market. So be careful when you're trading. If you have any position open, I recommend moving your stop loss to entry if you're in profit, and if you're not in profit, I recommend closing trades as soon as they go in profit, because in 40 minutes all hell would break loose. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with when it comes to trading half an hour, but keep an eye out for two major pairs, which is USD and gold. Those are two major pairs we'll be keeping an eye out. Those are two major pairs we'll be sending quite loads of signals in VIP, probably about 3 to 4 TPs per trade will be sent out as soon as the news comes out, because we know this market will be about 100 200 pips straight away. So keep an eye out, guys. Again, if you have any question, you can ask me right now. This is the question answer session. If you have any question, please ask me right now so I can answer them. No matter what kind of question it is, you can ask me and I'll try my best to help you guys. All right, guys, if you have any question afterwards as well, you can ask me, because this video is recorded. It will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, which is called Trade Only Profit. You can always go on the YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch other videos that we have posted, other, Zoom calls if you have posted on it. Understand how the market has been progressing from day by day, because you do Zoom call every day. So you understand how market progress from one day to another day. Amazon. So Amazon stock right now is about 3,000. Jeff Bezos is currently not speaking. They're currently speaking with Mark Zuckerberg. When Jeff Bezos speaks, then you might see some movement in Amazon stocks. But it looks like Amazon will leave. Would be all right. That's why the stocks is not affected as much as Apple stocks or Facebook stocks, which did plummet earlier this year on the news that a lot of big companies are pulling out their advertisement from Facebook on concerns of racial issues and how Facebook handles his business. How many pips? Gold doesn't move in pips. Gold moves in points. So a point movement is 10 pips. So if it moves about, let's say, 10 points, it moves 100 pips. If you have bought Amazon at 2,500, that's probably the best buy you ever did in your life, Mohammed Kosha. That's Amazon's going to keep rising. Only Amazon and Apple are stock which would not drop back to its 2,500 level. It's probably going to hit 5,000 mark by end of this year. So that's a good buy. Hopefully you have more than one stock. Hi, I want to use how I start. What do you mean by this? You have to be more clear than this for me to really answer you. And the earning date is today after market as well. Do you recommend keeping it? I would recommend keeping Amazon stock. Yes, I would not recommend that. Those are some of the stocks you should never sell, no matter how bad the market looks, because those are stocks that will always come back. If it drops, actually buy more, but do not sell it, because those are, what's it called, a safe asset stock, which always going to rise in the market. All right. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Hope you have a good day and keep an eye out for that news in 32 minutes. Thank you.